On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Descend.
To move downward and lower, to come from or to be connected by a relationship of blood.
Examples:
Descend a steep hill. Descend by elevator. She was descended from an old Italian noble family.
Progenitor.
A person or thing from whom a descendant or line of descendants is descended, an ancestor.
Examples:
The progenitor of a family. Progenitor cell. Scientists could trace the species' origin back to a single progenitor.
Infuse.
To fill something with a particular quality, feeling, or influence, to imbue.
Examples:
Infuse with spirit. Infuse life with meaning. She infused fresh herbs into the soup for added flavor.
Habitable.
Able to be lived in, suitable or fit for living in, providing sufficient conditions for survival and well-being.
Examples:
Habitable planet. Habitable space. The astronauts discovered a potentially habitable planet in the neighboring galaxy.
Neanderthalensis.
A species of the genus Homo that lived in Europe and Western and Central Asia from about 200,000 to 30,000 years ago.
Examples:
Homo neanderthalensis. Neanderthalensis DNA. The discovery of a Neanderthalensis burial site was a breakthrough for the team of archaeologists.
Gasp.
To inhale sharply and audibly, often in response to strong emotion or sensation, to catch one's breath suddenly, often due to shock or surprise.
Examples:
Gasp for air. Gasp in shock. The audience gasped when the magician made the rabbit disappear from the hat.
Ancestor.
A person from whom one is descended, a forefather.
Examples:
Ancestor language. Earliest human ancestor. My remote ancestor immigrated to the United States from Ireland in the 1800s.
Flicker.
To shine unsteadily or intermittently, as if with a faint light.
Examples:
Flicker every 2 seconds. Flicker out like a candle. The fireflies flickered in the darkness.
Tallow.
A hard fatty substance made from rendered animal fat, used in making candles, soaps, and lubricants.
Examples:
Tallow balm. Tallow soap. The candle maker prefers tallow candles for their slow and even burn.
Paleolithic.
Of or relating to the second period of the Stone Age, which represents almost the entire period of prehistoric human technology.
Examples:
Paleolithic cave painting. The Paleolithic era. The scientist found Paleolithic artifacts in the historic site.
Juniper.
A type of evergreen shrub or small tree belonging to the cypress family, typically characterized by needle-like or scale-like leaves and bearing small, berry-like cones.
Examples:
Juniper berries. Juniper shrub. The scent of the juniper tree filled the air as we hiked through the forest.
Fuse.
A small part in an electrical device or machinery that can interrupt the flow of electrical current when it is overloaded. Verb, to become plastic or fluid or liquefied from heat.
Examples:
Fuse blows. Fuse with one another. He has a short fuse.
Yearn.
To strongly desire or long for something.
Examples:
Yearn after my old days. Yearn for love. She yearned for the days when things were simpler.
Shaman.
A person who is regarded as having access to the spirit world and who typically acts as a healer or intermediary between spirits and humans in certain cultures and traditions.
Examples:
Shaman's wisdom. The tribe's shaman. The village shaman performed a healing ritual for the ailing elder.
Rekindle.
To revive or renew something that was previously lost or forgotten, often a relationship or feeling.
Examples:
Rekindle love. Rekindle hope. The couple tried to rekindle their relationship by spending more time together.
Irrevocably.
In a way that is impossible to be changed, reversed, or recovered.
Examples:
Unconditionally and irrevocably. Change irrevocably. The evolution of civilization has irrevocably improved the quality of human life.
Nostalgia.
A sentimental longing or wistful affection for a period in the past.
Examples:
A warm nostalgia. Nostalgia trip. The ice cream truck sound brought back nostalgia from my childhood.
Farewell.
The act of departing politely, an expression of a wish or well-being at parting.
Examples:
A farewell address. Bid farewell to the departed. There is his farewell party tomorrow.
Discontent.
A feeling of dissatisfaction or unhappiness with a situation or condition, a lack of contentment.
Examples:
Long simmering discontent. Discontent with the status quo. There is widespread discontent among the workers over the new policies.
Distill.
To purify or refine, to extract the essential elements.
Examples:
Distill a liquid. Distill information. She decided to distill her thoughts into a more manageable list.
Sliver.
A small, thin, narrow piece or fragment of something, often characterized by its length or its sharpness or thinness, a small portion or amount of something, often used in a metaphorical sense to describe a trace or a hint of something.
Examples:
Sliver of wood. Sliver of metal. I had to be careful not to step on a sliver of glass on the floor.
Broth.
A liquid in which meat, fish, or vegetables have been cooked, used as a base for soups and stews.
Examples:
Chicken broth. Remains of broth. I always add a bit of broth to my soup to give it more flavor.
Corollary.
In mathematics, a theorem of less importance which can be readily deduced from the proof of another notable proposition, a practical consequence that follows naturally.
Examples:
A corollary from the first theory. Corollary relief. Newton derived the momentum conservation law as a corollary of his second and third laws.
Intellect.
The ability to think logically and comprehend information, especially at an advanced level.
Examples:
Enrich my intellect. Human intellect. Your intellect is capable of distinguishing among similar objects.
Acuity.
The ability to perceive or discern with a high degree of accuracy and sensitivity, sharpness or keenness of senses, especially vision or hearing.
Examples:
Mental acuity. Hearing acuity. The optometrist tested my visual acuity by asking me to read various sized letters on a chart.
Unravel.
Undo twisted, knitted, or woven threads by separating it.
Examples:
Unravel a knit. Unravel a plot. Detectives are still attempting to unravel the mystery of his death.
Trajectory.
The curved path followed by an object moving through space.
Examples:
Career trajectory. A trajectory missile. The company has shown an excellent growth trajectory over the years.
Apex.
The highest point or tip of something.
Examples:
Apex predator. Apex position. The company reached the apex of success in the market.
Flank.
The side of an animal, especially the side between the last rib and the hip, the side of military or naval formation. Verb, to be located on either side of something.
Examples:
Flank pain. Attack the left flank. The flank of the mountain was difficult to climb.
Fling.
To throw or push something or someone with force or recklessness, especially because you are angry.
Examples:
Fling a stream of abuse. Fling a door open forcefully. He was provoked to fling the draft on the floor.
Atoll.
A ring-shaped coral reef or a chain of coral islands and reefs surrounding a central lagoon, typically formed by the subsidence of a volcanic island over time, leaving only the coral reefs visible above the water surface.
Examples:
Coral atoll. Lagoon atoll. The tourists were excited to explore the remote atoll, which was uninhabited and untouched.
Reverberate.
To be repeated several times as an echo.
Examples:
Reverberate through the hall. Reverberate in my head. The effects might reverberate across the oceans in unexpected ways.
Refract.
To bend or alter the direction of light, sound, or particles as they pass through different substances or mediums, to cause something to appear distorted or altered.
Examples:
Refract light. Refract sound. The morning sun refracted off the dew on the grass, creating a beautiful rainbow.
Perspicacity.
The quality of having keen mental perception and understanding, the ability to easily discern or comprehend things, especially complex or subtle matters.
Examples:
Intellectual perspicacity. Astute perspicacity. Her keen perspicacity allowed her to quickly assess the situation and make wise decisions.
Fingerprint.
A unique pattern of ridges and valleys on the surface of a finger that can be used to identify a person.
Examples:
Fingerprint at a crime scene. Fingerprint identification. The police used a fingerprint scanner to identify the suspect.
Swell.
To become larger or more inflated, to become more intense or important.
Examples:
Swell at room temperature. Swell a population. His arm was swelling from the insect bite.
Canoe.
A narrow, light boat with pointy ends and no keel that is propelled by a paddle.
Examples:
Canoe race. Make a canoe trip. After the accident, the police found an empty canoe.
Billboard.
A large outdoor sign or display that is used for advertising, marketing, or public information, typically located along highways or main roads.
Examples:
Billboard advertising. Digital billboard. The new billboard on the highway promotes a popular vacation destination.
Well-being.
The state of being happy and healthy and prosperous.
Examples:
The well-being of a nation. A sense of well-being. We are responsible for the care and well-being of all our employees.
Sentient.
Having the ability to perceive or feel things, particularly through sense perception like touch or sight, especially at higher levels of intelligence and consciousness.
Examples:
Sentient beings. Sentient robots. Animals such as dolphins and elephants are highly sentient and intelligent creatures.
Pilgrim.
A person who journeys, especially a long distance, to a sacred place as an act of religious devotion.
Examples:
Shrine for pilgrims. Pilgrim site. The group of pilgrims walked in silence, deep in thought and prayer.
Nunnery.
A convent or house of nuns, a community of women who have dedicated themselves to religious life and live together under vows.
Examples:
Nunnery life. Catholic nunnery. The young woman decided to enter the nunnery to pursue a life of religious devotion.
Darshan.
A Hindu term refers to seeing or beholding a deity, holy person, or sacred object, often considered a form of worship, and is believed to allow devotees to establish a spiritual connection or receive blessings.
Examples:
Darshan pilgrimage. Spiritual darshan. Thousands of devotees gathered at the temple for a darshan of the deity during the annual festival.
Cling.
To hold on to something tightly, to be closely attached to someone or something.
Examples:
Cling on to power. Cling tightly to the skin. He clings to the hope that he will find a job soon.
Delineate.
To describe or portray something in detail, to clearly and precisely define the boundaries or outline of something.
Examples:
Delineate the plan. Delineate a picture of the future. The architect needs to delineate the precise measurements of the building plan.
Contemplate.
To think about a possible future action, or to think about something for a long time thoughtfully.
Examples:
Contemplate a marriage. Contemplated leaving school. I recently contemplated dropping out of school and getting a full-time job.
Monk.
A member of a religious community of men living under vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience.
Examples:
Monk lifestyle. Cloistered monk. The ascetic monk spent his days in prayer and contemplation in the monastery.
Enlightenment.
Education that results in understanding and the spread of knowledge.
Examples:
Spiritual enlightenment. Enlightenment activity. He finally brought his enlightenment to perfection.
Aspiration.
A strong desire to achieve something, the action or process of drawing breath.
Examples:
No aspiration for fame. Aspiration into the lungs. He has an aspiration to become a doctor.
Hamlet.
A small village or settlement, often without a church.
Examples:
Hamlet Village. Historic hamlet. The winter snowstorm entirely engulfed the small hamlet.
Able-bodied.
Having a healthy and strong body capable of physical activities, not suffering from physical disabilities that limit movement or strength.
Examples:
Able-bodied worker. Able-bodied athlete. The job posting required an able-bodied person for heavy lifting.
Mound.
A raised area of ground or dirt, often used for burial, construction, or as a fortification, a large, rounded pile or heap.
Examples:
Mound of dirt. Burial mound. The team discovered a hidden mound in the desert.
Libation.
A ritualistic pouring of a liquid, such as wine or water, as an offering to a deity or spirit, any liquid that is drunk during a social gathering or celebration.
Examples:
Drink libation. Ancient libation ritual. The ceremony involved pouring a libation in honor of the ancestors.
Vortex.
A mass of whirling air, water, dust, or smoke, especially a whirlpool or whirlwind.
Examples:
Vortex formation. Blow in a vortex. The vortex of the tornado was massive and destructive.
Exhaustion.
The state of being extremely tired and lacking energy or strength.
Examples:
Exhaustion of energy. Emotional exhaustion. The long work hours were taking a toll on her mental exhaustion.
Reaffirm.
To state something again strongly, to emphasize that it is still true.
Examples:
Reaffirm a relationship. Reaffirm the basic points. The board member of the pharmaceutical company reaffirmed the commitment to public health.
Outsider.
A person who is not part of a particular group, community, or society, someone who is considered to be on the periphery or outside of established social circles.
Examples:
Outsider perspective. Outsider artist. Living in a foreign country can make you feel like an outsider at times.
Chew.
To crush or grind something, especially food, with the teeth and then swallow it.
Examples:
Chew each word. Chew a stick of gum. My dog loves to chew on bones.
Coca.
A plant native to South America whose leaves are used in the production of cocaine and other stimulants. A drink made from the leaves of this plant.
Examples:
Coca paste, coca tea. The chewing of coca leaves has been a tradition in some Andean cultures for centuries.
Localize.
To restrict or confine something to a specific area or location, to adapt or translate something for a particular region or market.
Examples:
Localize an infection. Localize the problem. It is crucial to quickly localize the source of the contamination to prevent further spread of the virus.
Andean.
Relating to or characteristic of the Andes mountain range, which spans several South American countries, such as Peru, Bolivia, and Ecuador.
Examples:
Andean region. Andean culture. We embarked on an Andean adventure, exploring the breathtaking landscapes of the South American mountains.
Reappear.
To show up again or return after not being heard of or seen for a period of time.
Examples:
Reappear on the surface. Reappear throughout this book. Cancer has reappeared at the same site.
Glacier.
A slowly moving mass of ice formed from snow on mountains or near the North Pole or the South Pole.
Examples:
Glacier retreat. Glaciers moved tardily. The glaciers of the Ice Age have shaped fjord.
Christ.
The man that Christians believe is the prophet and the Son of God, and whose life and sermons form the basis for Christianity.
Examples:
Teaching of Christ. Before Christ. Christmas is the day to celebrate the birth of Christ.
Empower.
To give someone the power or authority to do something.
Examples:
Empower my life. Empower the secretary to do the same. The company empowered employees to buy low-price items without approval to achieve efficient purchasing.
Deconstruct.
To break something down into its separate parts to interpret or analyze it, to interpret or analyze a text, an artwork, etc. to show that there is no fixed meaning.
Examples:
Deconstruct the existing system. Deconstruct his method. She employed a rigorous intellectual framework to deconstruct various categories of literature.
Hitch.
To move something into a different position jerkily. To travel by getting free rides from motorists. To hook or entangle.
Examples:
Hitch a ride. Hitch up my trousers. The mechanics hitched the trailer to the broken-down car.
Obelisk.
A tall, four-sided, narrow tapering monument that typically ends in a pyramid-like shape at the top, ancient Egyptian architecture and often used today as a monument or commemoration.
Examples:
Obelisk monument. Granite obelisk. The obelisk in the center of the square was an impressive monument.
Astonishment.
A feeling of very great surprise.
Examples:
Blink in astonishment. Struck with astonishment. They stood rooted in astonishment for a while.
Bisect.
To divide or cut something into two equal parts, typically by a straight line or plane.
Examples:
Bisect a polygon. Bisect an angle. Using a ruler, she carefully bisected the line to find its midpoint.
Skyline.
The outline of buildings and other structures against the sky, especially when viewed from a distance.
Examples:
Skyline view. Downtown skyline. The skyline of the city was dotted with tall buildings.
Outermost.
Farthest from the center or the inside, located on or relating to the outer part or surface of something.
Examples:
Outermost boundary. Outermost shell. The outermost layer of the planet's atmosphere is extremely thin.
Envelope.
To surround and cover completely, to encase.
Examples:
Envelop the whole world. Envelop her in a bear hug. The fog enveloped the city, making it difficult to see.
Descendant.
Children or offspring of a specific person, plant, or animal.
Examples:
Descendant of a pioneer. Third generation descendant. Those warriors' descendants are still skilled archers.
Sequester.
To take temporary possession of someone's property until a debt is paid.
Examples:
Sequester 10% of the annual carbon emissions. Sequester myself from the world. He approved their requests to sequester the jury.
Shadowy.
Dark, dim, or vague, as if obscured by shadows, mysterious or uncertain.
Examples:
Shadowy doorway. Shadowy past. The shadowy figure in the corner of the room made me uneasy.
Evoke.
To bring or recall a feeling, memory, or image into your mind.
Examples:
Evoke a sense of awe. Evoke sympathy. This movie is likely to evoke strong emotions in the viewer.
Womb.
The organ of a woman or female mammal in which a baby develops before birth.
Examples:
Tumor of womb. Womb transplant. The fertilized egg implanted itself in the womb.
Anthropology.
The scientific study of humanity, concerned with human behavior, human biology, cultures, societies, and linguistics in both the present and past, including past human species.
Examples:
Social anthropology, anthropology of religion. The areas of anthropology and psychology are significantly related to one another.
Baroque.
Of or relating to an ornate and elaborate style of art, architecture, and music that flourished in Europe in the late 16th and early 17th centuries, characterized by a sense of grandeur and drama.
Examples:
Baroque music, Baroque architecture. The ornate architecture of the palace is a perfect example of the Baroque style.
Gourd.
Large fruit with a hard, often ornamentally shaped shell that is commonly used for food, decoration, or musical instruments.
Examples:
Gourd soup, decorative gourd. She carved a unique design into the gourd to create a decorative piece for her home.
Loom.
To appear or take shape as a large, especially in a frightening way.
Examples:
Loom over the global economy. Loom on the horizon. The issue of divorce loomed large in his mind.
Weave.
To make cloth, a carpet, a basket, etc., by repeatedly crossing a single thread through two sets of long threads at a right angle to them.
Examples:
Weave on a loom. Weave a story. The girl weaves a garland for her friend.
Build up.
The accumulation or increase of something over time.
Examples:
Lactic acid buildup. Huge military buildup. The buildup of stress over time can lead to health problems.
Limestone.
A sedimentary rock that is composed mainly of calcium carbonate, which is the mineral calcite.
Examples:
Sheer limestone cliffs. Limestone pavement. The Great Pyramid of Giza was built using blocks of limestone.
Goldsmith.
A person who works in gold, creating items such as jewelry, coins, and other decorative items.
Examples:
Goldsmith artisan. Goldsmith bank. The skilled goldsmith was renowned for his intricate jewelry designs and high-quality craftsmanship.
Conquest.
The act or process of taking control of a country, area, or situation.
Examples:
Imperial conquest. Make a conquest. He continued to grow his empire through conquest.
Soar.
To fly or rise very high or to a great height, often with great grace or ease.
Examples:
soar in popularity, soar to new heights. The bird soared through the sky, and its wings spread wide.
Confine.
To restrict the movement of someone or something.
Examples:
confine themselves solely, confine the scope of use. The animal was confined in a small cage.
Ceremonial.
Of or relating to a ceremony, equals a formal event performed on a special occasion, or ritual, especially a formal or elaborate one.
Examples:
wear a ceremonial dress, ceremonial speech. The wedding was a grand ceremonial occasion with many traditional elements.
Hut.
A small, simple, and often crude shelter or dwelling, typically made of natural materials such as wood or mud.
Examples:
shepherd's hut, fishing hut. The little girl lived in a small hut in the woods with her family.
Cleanse.
To purify or get rid of impurities or toxins, to wash or scrub thoroughly, often in a ritualistic or symbolic context, to purge or remove negative or harmful influences or substances from something. Noun, an act of cleaning or purifying something, typically the body.
Examples:
juice cleanse, cleanse the face. The new diet is designed to cleanse toxins from the body.
Spindle.
A rotating shaft that serves as axes for larger rotating parts. Biology, tiny fibers that are seen in cell division.
Examples:
a spindle-shaped muscle, spindle cell cancer. A powerful spindle motor is required to process these metal parts.
Elevate.
To raise something from a lower to a higher position, to give a promotion to or assign to a higher position.
Examples:
elevate educational standards, elevate a close relationship. Eating food in a hurry elevates blood glucose levels.
Kidnapping.
The act of taking somebody away illegally and holding them captive.
Examples:
kidnapping attempt, mass kidnapping. She received a year's imprisonment for aggravated kidnapping.
Harrowing.
Causing distress or suffering, extremely distressing.
Examples:
harrowing battle, harrowing journey. Her harrowing experience in the war had left her with deep emotional scars. Divination. The practice of seeking knowledge of the future or unknown through supernatural means or the interpretation of omens, signs, and events.
Examples:
tarot divination, divination ritual. The ancient practice of tea leaf divination involves interpreting the patterns left by tea leaves in a cup.
Filmmaking.
The process or art of making movies.
Examples:
Filmmaking industry. Retire from filmmaking. The history of filmmaking dates back to the late 19th century when motion pictures were first shown to audiences.
Filmmaker.
A person who makes films, typically as a profession.
Examples:
Nonfiction filmmaker. A successful filmmaker. The renowned filmmaker won several awards for his latest film.
Highland.
An area of elevated land or hilly terrain.
Examples:
Highland Indian. Highland agriculture. This region has a humid subtropical and highland climate.
Brothel.
Also whorehouse, a place where people, particularly women, engage in sexual activity for payment, a house of prostitution.
Examples:
Illegal brothel. Underground brothel. The police raided the brothel in the red light district and arrested all the prostitutes and customers.
Arctic.
Of or relating to the region around the North Pole or the Arctic Ocean, very cold.
Examples:
Arctic ice. High Arctic. Cold temperatures and long, dark winters characterize the Arctic climate.
Carve.
To create something by cutting wood or stone, to turn sharply.
Examples:
Carve a statue. Carve my name on the plate. This statue is carved from a single tree trunk.
Affirmation.
A statement declaring something to be true strongly.
Examples:
Self-affirmation. Statement of affirmation. The affirmation from her boss gave her the confidence she needed to move forward with her project.
Tapestry.
A piece of fabric or cloth that is woven with intricate designs or scenes, often depicting historical or mythological events, a complex or intricate story, idea, or situation.
Examples:
Colorful tapestry. Intricate tapestry design. The tapestry on the wall depicted a medieval battle scene.
Topography.
The arrangement and physical features of a particular area or region, including its natural and artificial elements and their relative positions and elevations. The study or description of this arrangement and these features.
Examples:
Topography map. Detailed topography. The topography of the region is rugged, with many hills and valleys.
Facet.
One of the many aspects or sides of a subject or situation, especially when seen from different angles or perspectives, a particular feature or characteristic of something.
Examples:
Facet to a question. Important facet. The different facets of his personality make him a complex individual.
Repertoire.
The range or variety of skills, abilities, performances, or works that a person or group is capable of producing or performing. The entire body of works that is available to an individual or group to choose from when performing or producing something.
Examples:
Musical repertoire. Cooking repertoire. The chef's repertoire of dishes includes both classic and innovative recipes.
Ensue.
To happen or follow as a result or consequence of something.
Examples:
Ensue within a few years. Predict what will ensue. A power outage ensued after the storm knocked out the electricity.
Scarcely.
Hardly or almost not, only just.
Examples:
Scarcely readable. Scarcely any interest in public. We scarcely ever used AEDs.
Brilliance.
The quality of being very clever or talented, the quality of being very bright or shining.
Examples:
Brilliance of diamond. Economic brilliance. The scientist's brilliance led to many groundbreaking discoveries in his field.
Quaint.
Attractively or charmingly old-fashioned or unusual, often used to describe something with a pleasingly unusual or quirky appearance or manner.
Examples:
Quaint village. Quaint cottage. The quaint old town was full of historic buildings and charming shops.
Destine.
To determine or set the course of something in advance, often in a way that seems predetermined or inevitable. To specify or choose someone or something for a particular fate or outcome.
Examples:
Destine us to meet again. Be destined to become a great artist. Some people believe that we are all destined for greatness.